This is Eric Posaple with Body Morph Pros. I'm here with the big Canadian and mutant Trevor Koot. What's going on, buddy?
Not too much here at North Americans.
I keep interviewing all these big guys, and it just made me realize I probably should get my ass back to the gym because I can't feel smaller than I am next to some of you freak shows.
Well, you know what? It's one of those things. It's all perspective, right? Because
Well, perspective is I'm skinnier than all you fuckers.
Yeah, well, easy. Either you just called me fat, or
No, I'm shriveled away. You look enormous, so I just
no. But it is really all perspective because I'm at the gym in a little town in Saskatchewan, Canada, and obviously a big guy. And you come here, and like I don't care how big you are. You feel small.
Yeah.
Like
you stand back in that pump room, you're like, you look at a middleweight as a super heavy. You look at a middleweight, you're like, man, that guy's gonna beat me. And then it's like middleweights, and he lines up, and you're like, oh man, I'm in trouble.
Where did that come from?
Exactly. Well, I know coming from Canada, you guys don't have a ton of pro qualifiers. You really just have Canadian nationals. Right.
And that's one of the big motivations for me coming out to North Americans. We're in this industry to compete. That's what we love to do. And in Canada, after getting the overall at the provincial level, the only opportunity I have to compete is nationals every year. And so this is a great opportunity. I don't come down thinking I'm going to walk on stage and kill everybody when there's 29 guys in my class or whatever it is. But we do this because we love the sport. We do this to compete, and that and the timing was just right. The nationals are next week in Canada, so it was a good opportunity to come down and get some posing in and get on stage.
Feet wet a little bit.
Yeah, and then get back up. To Canada.
I saw you after the show. Obviously call-outs weren't where you'd hope they would be or whatever, but I think this is the best I've seen you since I've known you in the last few years.
And I appreciate that, and I said that to you. I appreciated the note. It's again, it's always a personal journey, and we all come to win. And the whole mentality of I worked my ass off for this, and I deserve this, and I don't subscribe to that. Right. Every guy that was on that stage worked as hard or harder than I did, or not as hard. We all put in the effort, right? So for me, it's a matter of coming out, getting, like you said, getting my feet wet, and trying to enjoy the experience. And obviously I'm disappointed with back of the pack. Hopefully fare a little better in the 35 plus category, but it is what it is, and make some adjustments for next week at nationals.
And we talked a little bit about coming down here, maybe not having Ron with you to kind of be that second set of eyes. Pretty tough, right?
The first time I've ever competed without the coach in the room, and totally different. Sending him pictures right throughout. You can kind of choose your lighting, get some consistent lighting at the gym or at home or whatever it is. So his pictures are always the same. And then all of a sudden you get tan on, and you're in a hotel, and we're scrambling trying to find the right lighting so he can see cuts and see what he needs to do with water and what not to do. And so those kinds of things are a lot harder. He's going to be in Montreal with me next week for nationals, so having him there and having those eyes right on you is going to make a huge difference, I think.
Well, another thing too is you carb up this week and you did some things or whatever you did to get ready, and it's a huge okay, this worked, that didn't, and you're correcting it the week after. Exactly.
And even it wasn't even so much leading up, the few days leading up, all of that worked out really well. It was drying out really good and all that kind of thing. It's a little tweaks the morning, the night of, or the night before and the morning of, and those kinds of things that I think are going to make all the difference to keep me dry on stage.
Yeah. And obviously Mutant standing behind you again.
Yeah, so fortunate. They picked me up in 2012, and it's just been a wild ride since. Love Mutant as a product, Mutant as a company, and all the support that the Mutant fans give. It's absolutely huge.
Now you're going to be out at the Olympia as well, I assume, working the booth?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm going to be there the Friday and Saturday with Mutant at the booth. So really looking forward to that again.
Hopefully as a pro. I don't want to start doing that.
I don't subscribe to that.
I do because I'm friends with you, and I want you to do well.
And I appreciate it. And going back to your comment earlier, though, this is easily by far the best package I've had on stage. I weighed in at 268, which is higher than I've ever been, and I was way leaner than I've ever been. I'm really, really happy. So to improve on that, that's the idea. We're always improving, and if I can improve in a week, then I'll just be that much happier.
Well, it's just funny because you came out and I was sitting around a bunch of guys, and obviously a lot of the fans follow the sport, but I was around some guys that maybe follow it a little bit more than other people.
Right.
And I said, "What do you think?" And they all said the same thing: best I've ever seen him.
Yeah.
Won't be the best in this lineup, best we've ever seen him.
Yeah.
You turn around, a little bit of water on the glutes and stuff, but from the front, it was really impressive from the front.
Yeah. Well, and at 268 on stage, my goal was to keep my waist tight, give that flared look. I'm 6'2". I gotta have that wide frame look, and so I was really happy with how everything tightened up and came in. So really happy.
And we didn't get to go eat because we're still on the diet.
Oh
so.
yeah, straight to diet food today, and I hit the stage again, and then.
And when are you flying out?
Tomorrow morning.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say it's got to be pretty quick for you.
Yeah, tomorrow morning turn around, and then Wednesday off to Montreal to settle in.
Now is the missus over there ready for this to be over in about a week?
You know what? She's competed enough. She's done 9 shows.
She's laughing at me over there.
Yeah. She's done 9 shows. She knows what it's all about. The one that's really ready for it to be over is my 10-year-old daughter at home.
Yeah. She wants daddy back.
She wants to take dad for ice cream, and
dad wants to be taken for ice cream.
Yeah, exactly. My wife and daughter were awesome this summer. They got away and traveled and did all that kind of stuff, and I don't feel like I missed out because this is a choice. I chose to do it, and but you do want to get back into that routine, spending time and good quality time instead of just sitting around.
Now, have you guys ever competed together at the same time?
Yeah, we actually did.
You're still married?
Yeah. We actually prefer to do show contest preps together. In this, now that Abby, our daughter, is getting a little bit older, it's nice for one of us not to. But we've done North Americans together. We did a couple of nationals together already. So
my wife and I did one show together, and we've convinced ourselves that if we ever competed, it won't be at the same time ever again.
Yeah.
Or we have to hide all the sharp things.
Fair enough. It's because for us, it's because you know what the other's going through. Yeah. So you snap a shoelace, and my daughter runs for the bedroom, and my wife, everybody knows. Okay, just let him simmer down.
Yeah. And five minutes, it's good to go.
Yeah,
don't forget about it.
Yeah, we're back. It's all good.
Yeah. And it was funny when my wife first started competing. She finally understood. Why are you so crabby? It's like you're not.
Well, Jill started before I did. She's what inspired me to get into the sport. So
when's Jill's next show?
Next year she'll get back on stage. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Nope. Yeah, we're talking about you over there. Yeah. She's trying to ignore us.
She knows it.
Awesome, man. Well, hey, I know you got to get back out there. I know the show's starting late. I guess prejudging was still going on when everyone.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't feel so rushed. I didn't know that.
So they moved the start back to 6.
Oh,
so
perfect.
You got some.
Lots of time.
You got time for more burgers.
Yeah. Well, I
know. I'm joking with you.
Touch-ups and maybe a rice cake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who loves almond butter? I do.
Yeah.
Awesome, man. Well, hey, for Big Trevor Koot, the big mutant from Canada, this is Eric Posable with Body Morph Pros. We'll see you guys back at the night show. Thanks a lot, man. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.